In this video, I'll cut a princess dart bustier without pattern, and these are the measurements that we are going to make use of. One is the shoulder to waistline, or what's popularly known as the half length, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to nipple point, then nipple to nipple. You take all these measurements on your client. So let's start the cutting process. From this video, you can see that I folded my fabric into two. So the first thing I measured there is my shoulder measurements. Here I used 8 inches. Then I went down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll draw that in order for me to get the point for my armhole measurement. After that, from the point of the shoulder slope, I'll mark the measurement for my armhole. Here I used 8 inches. Depending on your clients, you can use any measurement of your choice. I used 8 inches here, then I ruled it out. Then I'll connect it to my shoulder slope. The next here is for me to mark my measurement. The first one is my shoulder to nipple points. Then I'm going to mark my shoulder to under bust, then shoulder to half length. The first one is shoulder to nipple points, shoulder to under bust, then shoulder to half length. Then I'm going to rule out all these lines in a straight line form. Please make sure that you get all these measurements from your clients. Measure all these things from your clients. Although there are formulas you can use, but it's always better and safer for you to measure it on the body of your clients. So I went ahead to rule it out and also extend all the lines: shoulder to nipple measurement, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to half length. Then you're also going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I added it here in my video. Once I'm done with that, the next thing is for me to just cross check all my measurements and to be sure that everything is correct. On my shoulder to half length measurement, I marked my nipple to nipple measurement plus half inch. So assuming my shoulder to nipple measurement is 4 inches, I added half inch. I marked 5. On my shoulder to under bust, I marked 4.5 inches. On my shoulder to nipple point, I also marked 4.5 inches. Then I connected it together. Once I'm done with that, on my shoulder to half length measurement, where I'm placing it, on the side that looks as if it's going towards the armhole side, I marked 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch is what I marked there. Then half inch on the other side. Then I also marked 1.5 inch on the next line, then half inch there. Then I connected all together. Also there, although where I place my tape right now, it is not needed. I don't need it. You see why I don't need it. I'm just marking it just to be safe. I don't need it. I only need for the first two lines, half length and under bust. Those are the places that I need those measurements that I just marked. So I'll connect all the lines together. So once I'm done connecting both lines, I'm going to go down by 1 inch on my shoulder to nipple point measurement where I'm placing my tape right now. I went down by 1 inch. 1 inch, that is what I did. Then after that, I marked it well so that it can be visible. Then I'll connect it together. It's going to be slanted. It's not going to be straight. Now, if you cannot use your freehand, if you're a beginner, please don't use your freehand. Get a curve ruler. It's because I'm very used to freehand. That is why I'm able to do mine properly. Then on my armhole measurement, I divided it into two. Then I marked the midpoint. Then I connected the, see the way I'm connecting it to that point. I connected it to that point. Then on that point where I have my armhole measurements, I went down by 1 inch. so that it's going to enable the cloth to be fitted and it won't be saggy. So I went down by 1 inch. Then I also extended it out by 1 inch too. If you know how to cut a princess dart, normal princess dart, is the same method that we are using here. I went down by 1 inch and I also went out, in and out by 1 inch. Then I connected that line to meet the bustier. Now, if you see it, this bustier now looks like a C shape. It's giving me that C shape. So that's just it. Then I just went ahead to curve my armhole. Can you see that is I have a new armhole measurement. I have now why I went out by 1 inch is so that when I'm joining the fabric will not be short. I'll not have a short fabric. It will not be short. I'll have extra inches for me to be able to sew it properly. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to mark the quarter of my waist measurement plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Please note that you are not going to make use of the 2 inches that we marked, that we used to form the princess dart bustier. We are not going to make use of that because we'll cut it out. We don't need it. So quarter of your waist measurement plus 2 inches sewing allowance, you are going to determine that. And that is also what I did on the bust measurement. Quarter of my bust measurement plus 2 inches sewing allowance. So I'm just going to cross check to be sure that I have the accurate measurement. You measure what is on the first part towards the end and also what you have on the second part towards the armhole measurement, for you to be sure that what you have is correct and accurate and your fabric will not be short when you are sewing it. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to mark my neck measurements, my neck width and my neck depth. Usually I make use of 3.5 inch for my neck width and 5 inches for my neck depth. So that's just the measurements I made use of. And the next thing is to cut it. So we are done with our princess dart bustier. The next thing is to cut. So just watch how I will cut it carefully.